surplus rule. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Bueller.
Here.
Commissioner Day. Commissioner Hewitt.
Yeah.
Commissioner Roops. Not yet. Okay. Commissioner Robertson. Not yet. Commissioner Spica.
Here.
And Commissioner Terry.
Here. Okay, approval of minutes from March 17th, 2025.
You have gotten my amendments and edits.
I scanned them, I didn't find anything but you found the one that was.
I found a few, yeah.
So just copy and paste it every time.
All right.
One.
With those changes, those are approved. There's no courtesies, no proclamations, board and commission reports. Danny.
The library board met on March 20th, and it was a good meeting. The main thing that we had, Carrie from the Central Montana Foundation came to the library and discussed new policies and kind of procedures that CMF is working with. But also there was a lengthy discussion about how to utilize our funds to help support building renovations in the future. So we are going to create a building specific account with CMF so that we have kind of funds ready when things need to be maintained. And a big part of that is the community development block grant that Alyssa and the library got last year is for an architectural review of the building. So we can see kind of an itemized list of things that are coming up and how we can kind of tackle them one at a time and kind of not have to do massive renovations. So that's kind of exciting. We're also discussing possible modifications to the meeting room policy, and that's primarily those after-hour use meetings that occur and talking about how we can do that a little bit better. And we also would like to take a moment to acknowledge a long-standing librarian who is currently ill, and she is a person that we are going to miss at the library, and she's wonderful and amazing and appreciates the time she's had at the library, and I think we as a commission, but also as the library, want to extend our thanks to her. So there are things rumbling at the library. Our next meeting
And her name is Nancy Sackett.
And her name is Nancy Sackett. I didn't know if we could say her name, but yes, our dear Nancy Sackett has some health issues, and we are taking care of her at the library, and she would probably love just warm and gentle notes at this time. Our next meeting is April 17th at the library at 1:30.
When was this meeting that you discussed? I missed the date.
March 20th.
Thank you.
We had kind of a couple meetings in March to catch up for the meeting that we missed in February. Lots going on.
Nothing to report.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Oh, the airport met last Wednesday, and we did a lot of talking. Joe Stapleton has moved into the Rimby hangar in a portion of it, and he is leasing that to do his work. Well, he is not, well, he's going to build a hangar for himself, but not at this instant.
When you say moved in, like living there?
No, moved in,
Just
moved
his
his
plane.
business.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, goodness.
I was confused.
Not the tenant.
The- Poor Brian, he found that parts, looking for parts for like the loaders and stuff, they are not in one place, but they will be in one place. He is going to go around and gather everything that, yeah, Mr. Irwinson, he poked it here and poked it there, and like Brian said, he said, I have no idea. He said, but we have found a lot of things.
I know that, we store a couple of fire engines
Right.
up at the airport, and I know they're looking at
We're
how
gonna
to
move.
kind of rearrange and
Yes.
stuff so that it can better accommodate that.
Right. And that's, yeah, that will be as such. We are going to, the BLM wants to build outside the fence. They want, 2 acres and the water sewer. And they need, for the fire crews that come in. We cannot let them build on the airport itself. So they are in the middle of trying to decide where they're going to build. Also, we have a person that has a hangar that he wants to build, and he wants to build it. I'm not a northeast person, northwest, anyway. He doesn't want to build it on the sections that we already have blocked out, and, he said he wants to be able to put one plane on the tarmac and one in the hangar. So we're seeing, Brian's gonna talk to him and see if we can't get that straightened out. Also, Joe Stapleton will be paying part of the bill at the Remy hangar, the utilities. And he has put more lights in, and he has a few more to install. Everything facing Alpha runway must be airplane related. We can't have anything like for storage unless it's airplane parts, etc. We will there won't be any shutdowns. We're going to have to shut down the runways probably,
I don't know when you speak into your microphone.
okay, oops. Is that, yeah, it's on. I'm trying to remember what, I didn't write a date down. Anyway, the airport runways, the main runways will be closed for the work that has to be done, which, the FAA had planned on 1.6 million, the state apportionment for taxiway reconstruction. And we came up with an additional 2.49 million. And that's discretionary funding by ADO. Additional funding may be possible in 2026. But like I say, we are just thrilled that we got the extra $2.5 million. everything else is under either in repair or has been repaired. Our wildlife fence is going to need a major repair. The snow load tore it down. And our hangar door, we're going to put on the main hangar, the big hangar that's right there outside of we're going to put a new one in, and it has to withstand 50-mile-an-hour winds. But we need to do that. Then we can get larger planes into the building. I can't think of anything else. We're good.
Ms. Ron?
Rona's not on.
The Central Montana Foundation met on 25th, March 25th. I was unable to go to the meeting because I was sick. But they are gearing up for their May 27th annual meeting, and that's at the Yogo at noon. They got to pick the friend of the foundation recipient, but they won't tell me what it is over email, so we'll just have to wait till the meeting. They approved the permanent endowment request submitted by Community Minded Solutions. They awarded $4,999 to the Lewistown Area Chamber of Commerce for the 4th of July celebration, including the fireworks. And $3,200 to Stanford Business Professionals of America, that is a youth group, to help with expenses to send 16 of its members who qualified to the National BPA Leadership Conference to Orlando in May. So, give out some money, and then they'll do the big grants for the year at the annual meeting on May 27th. Our next meeting is April 28th, I believe.
I'm sorry.
April 28th. Okay, any other board or commissioner reports? Okay, city manager report.
Yes. So we have been watching the dams, creek levels, things like that. Everything appears to be functioning as expected, and so we're optimistic that the snow will come out of the mountains nice and slow. We do have 4 high hazard dams that the city operates, and each 5 years, we are required to have an engineer come in and do our annual inspections with us. And these inspections are a more complex inspection that includes videoing the outlet structures. And so that will be conducted this year. Later in the spring, we'll probably do part of the inspection early and then wait for lower flows in the fall to do the cammering. But Public Works does that. The work to replace the gym floors began last week. And so the gym is closed for approximately the next 8 weeks, but the rest of the Civic Center is open. Staffing will start kind of transitioning to outside parks, pool, that sort of thing. We are accepting applications for those seasonal positions, and those positions include work in the trails, parks, pool, that sort of thing. Applications are available online or can be picked up at the city office or civic center. And we've actually set a date for our first round of interviews. So, beginning April 1st, trailers could be parked on city streets. So there's just a couple of important items to remind people of. You know, they cannot interfere or impede traffic. And so watch those narrow streets, things like that. Cars have to be able to safely navigate the roads, and trailers can be parked in the same spot for up to 5 days, but they do really need to be moved at least every 5 days. As a reminder, this is one of the ordinances that the ordinance committee is evaluating or reviewing too. And so stay tuned. I did receive notice that the city, was successful in their grant application for, our Historic Preservation Office, which is a certified local government grant. That is a $6,000 grant, that we've been very successful in the past getting. These grant funds are actually on the federal cycle, so they run from, April through March of each year. And then another exciting note, the Creekside Pavilion received a American Institute of Architects Award at their last year's meeting. It won for excellence in design. And so we have this great little glass award that sits on their camera. So if you come in, it's a great honor. We were very lucky to be part of a really good project that was innovative and has been recognized at the state level. So, and then we are beginning construction on a whole lot of projects. Those include the trail paving, the battery backup and generator project, and our water project. Will begin kind of in the next couple of weeks. And then there's more work that will come probably later towards May. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Any questions for Holly?
With the trail paving, are we also doing those crossing things that need to be put up?
No, not with that paving part. They're working on that.
But is that gonna be one of our construction projects this summer?
That will be an internal project. Yep.
What are those called? Trail crossing?
Beacon.
Flashing beacons?
Yeah.
Cool.
Acknowledgements, oh, sorry, public comment. Is there any public comment on non-agenda items?
We do have some people online.
Does anybody online have a public comment on non-agenda items? Closing public comment. Consent agenda. Any questions on consent agenda?
I did really quick. We pay the Burgess Wrestling Club.
That was a TVIG grant.
They got awarded that from their tournament.
Okay.
Also, the hockey should be on there too. Yeah, for the grant they got.
It was kind of ice skating.
Right there? Yep.
They receive grants through our little $1 that we get.
Now
So,
two.
now it's two.
So that's basically the TPID money that the city just kind of houses.
So we collect it and also disperse it.
Okay. Cool.
Any other questions?
I move that we approve the claims that have been paid from March 14th, 2025 to March 31st, 2025, in total of $41,639.62.
I second it.
It's been moved by Commissioner Bueller, seconded by Commissioner Hewitt. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Okay, regular agenda. So this is our little agreement. Discussion and action on approving the interlocal agreement for a multi-jurisdictional planning commission.
Yes, so it'll be, step one to creating our, new planning commission. So as you can see, the purpose of this interlocal agreement is to consolidate, the city county city county planning board with the city's board of adjustments. This would be, established under the new Montana Land Use Planning Act and in accordance with our Lewistown plan. According to state law, each of the jurisdictions that are represented by a planning commission have to agree to consolidate, combine, and to create this planning commission. And so that's what we're doing here tonight is kind of step one of approving this interlocal agreement. It will be forwarded on to the county commissioners for their signature. This also contemplates the composition of the planning commission. And so what's required under state law is an odd number of members and at least 3 voting members with equal representation from all of the governments represented by this board. And so I'd like to take a little time to discuss the number of memberships or members of the board, and then how we, the membership would be, or who they would consist of.
Okay, I have a question. I mean, how can you have the same number of majority voters on each body if we have an odd number?
If, again, you can't have an even representation and an odd number, I think that that's difficult. There are some people that have, that own property in both, or could represent, multiple interests.
And isn't that the role of the soil district
The conservation district.
to be that?
We're just on the agreement, regular agenda item 1.
Does it say in this, the soil district
No,
manager?
No, that's in the, city county planning board composition.
So for this, couldn't we just say what it says here, except get rid of, put 9 members here and get rid of this?
And then we leave the, if insufficient number of members to fill available positions.
So you would just strike the remaining 2 members shall be approved by the city commission after advertisement and vetting of an appropriate member.
We still have 11. That's still too many.
No, it's saying 9.
So at the top, strike it and go to 9.
And then the first paragraph.
And then you want just the city county planning board pursuant to this agreement.
Why do you have to say it has to be the whole board? Like, I don't, well, couldn't you just say?
Shall consist of
Members of the
Okay.
existing,
Yeah.
And then,
Instead of identifying.
and then
specific members.
identifying specific members, because we have people who didn't want to be on it.
So the second paragraph, it says the 2024 Lewistown plan provides that a planning commission shall be established and contain nine,
so we want to amend it to.
so that'll have to be in our.
I can't make a motion, so I'm just throwing out.
Well, I think we can do all that, and then when we go to make the actual motion, to make sure we get all our amendments in.
So then that first paragraph, so 9 members in that first paragraph, pursuant to this agreement, the planning commission shall consist of blank, or get rid of 5 members from the city,
Members of the city. of
from the
Board of
city of-
Adjustments and from. the
and
city
members
county
from the
planning
city
board.
county planning board.
And then leave the, if there are insufficient members.
And then strike that, the remaining 2 members.
And that makes it clearest.
Strike.
Does there need to be anything in there about the equal representation? No,
It says on item 3, the last paragraph,
got that.
each jurisdiction must be equally represented in membership of the multi-jurisdictional,
Covered.
so I think it's covered.
Great. What about, it keeps saying the 2024 Planning Commission, is it always gonna be called the 24 Planning Commission? Even though it's gonna last longer?
Because of,
I think we just strike the 24.
It's in a couple
The newly
places, I noticed it.
Lewistown Planning Commission.
Uh-huh. And then, maybe that
Then
was
is
the only
the
place.
plan always gonna be the 2024?
The plan will be, but the commission should not be.
Because the commission should just be,
Go on in perpetuity.
and it will be called the Lewistown Planning Commission. So straight across the board.
Yeah, because there's spots where it says 2024 Lewistown Plan, and then there's spots where it says 2024 Lewistown Planning Commission.
I only found one.
I saw 4, in section 4, there's the 2024 Planning Commission.
I only found one planning commission on the 2024 planning.
Is that under 4?
Mm-hmm.
The rest is just the Lewistown
The
plan.
plan. That's what I see.
This says, planning commission.
Should that be Lewistown Planning Commission?
Where? Oh,
The 2024 Lewistown Plan provides that a Lewistown Planning Commission shall be established and contain 9 members. Doesn't have to be that granular.
Probably not.
Well, I would move that we approve this, agreement as amended.
Second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Speaker, seconded by Commissioner Bueller. Commissioner Robertson, we did have a pretty, not a lengthy discussion, but we did have a discussion during our 6 o'clock hour about this document, so, before we did this.
And the only question I had is, did it stay 13 members?
No, it's 9.
It was cut to 9.
we just made that change,
Yeah, we
That was
wanted
my
to amend
biggest
it.
concern.
We thought it was too big.
and I will read those.
Unwieldy at 13.
It only exist in our dreams if it's that big.
Any other comments from commissioners? Any comments from the public?
I have some questions. What is for the, well, right, traditional area?
So it's the area is everything that was in the Lewistown plan, the growth plan that we did.
Okay, now, and have you got the city plan, that, well, with the county, that.
They're from the city county planning board and the, planning
Board of Adjustment.
board of adjustments.
That we plan for, right?
Well, yes, it's, yeah, it depends on who wants to be on the board.
Oh,
We're not
okay.
sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
now I
it's
get it, okay.
No more than 9 though,
Right, okay. Okay,
we know that.
thank you.
Okay, Nikki, would you read our amendments?
Okay, so our amendments are, the planning commission shall be established and contain 9 members. So it was proposed at 13, it's changed to 9. And then under 3B, the third line, the remaining 2 members shall be approved by the city commission after advertisement and vetting of an appropriate member. Okay,
Striking.
sorry.
Striking that.
We're striking that. And then also 3B, sentence 1 will read, pursuant to this agreement, the planning commission shall consist of members from the Lewistown Board of Adjustment and from the city county planning board. And then the last, so that's 1, 2, 3, the fourth one is number 4, the newly established Lewistown Planning Commission. We are going to, strike 2024.
All right, is that for those who made and seconded, you guys are good? Call for the question, or Let's do the roll call vote. I just, it's at like a 5-day meeting, so,
Okay,
sorry.
so Commissioner Bueller,
Aye.
Commissioner, no, Dave's gone, Commissioner Hewitt.
Yep.
Commissioner Robertson,
Yes.
Commissioner Speaka,
Aye.
Commissioner Terry.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, discussion and action on approving a petition for annexation for Bruce Reed to fully incorporate Lot 4, Block 7 of school land plat into the city of Lewistown. And that would be, this is the petition part.
And so we were approached by, the subdivider and their representatives, which were the surveyors, came to us with a proposed plat, that in the end, it looks like it will be a family transfer. In order to accommodate the family transfer, the property needed to be annexed first. And so, the owner, which is Bruce Reed, has petitioned to annex into the city limits. This property is located basically at the corner of G Street and A Street. So it is adjacent to the city limits.
Which one is A Street?
The one that goes by the cemetery, kind of jogs up there.
Is it currently partially dirt? Is that-
Gravel.
Millers.
Okay.
It was, I don't know about now, was.
I move we approve the petition for annexation for Bruce Reed.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Speaka, second by Commissioner Robertson. Everybody understand the little section they were petitioning? Any other comments from commissioners? Any comments from the public?
All right, we are approving the petition for annexation from Bruce Reed. Commissioner Bueller,
Aye.
Commissioner Hewitt,
Aye.
Commissioner Robertson,
Aye.
Commissioner Speaka,
Aye.
Commissioner Terry.
Okay, discussion and action on approving the resolution number 4191, a resolution providing for the annexation by petition of property belonging to Bruce Reed.
Same thing, this property, they requested, to be annexed. And by moving forward, will allow them to, utilize the family exemption, under state law.
Do you have to send out questions to local,
It's an exempt subdivision.
so nobody else? And then if this, does it automatically get zoned?
It will get zoned as part of that, yes.
So what will they zone, residential?
A residential single family.
So as part, so we won't have to zone it again, like it'll be zoned with this.
I move to approve resolution 4191, a resolution providing for the annexation by petition of property belonging to Bruce A. Reed.
Second that.
So moved by Commissioner Robertson, second by Commissioner Hewitt to approve the resolution. Is there any questions or comments from commissioners?
Any other comments from public? All right, Nikki?
All right, we are approving resolution number 4191. Commissioner Bueller,
Aye.
Commissioner Hewitt,
Aye.
Commissioner Robertson,
Aye.
Commissioner Speaka,
Aye.
Commissioner Terry.
Aye. Now we're gonna do Commissioner Speaka's favorite thing. Commissioner Speaka mentioned during our talk on the 6 o'clock hour that this is ridiculous. That we have to approve. What are they heating? What are they?
This is an electrician for a, solar panel installer.
So we have to approve electricians, plumbers, and HVAC, which is a very antiquated repairing ordinance. And so Commissioner Speaka wants to get rid of that
Silly.
ordinance. And just let the city
Just
staff
let
give them a business license, instead of us having to approve every So, all right, tell us again who they are.
Yep, so we had a application from an electrician that works with a solar panel installer, that has some work inside the city limits, come in and complete this. As you can see, we have the bond and the insurance necessary for this.
The local company,
Pardon me?
the local company,
No.
No.
Motion to approve. Make a motion to approve the business license application for Yellow Ball Roofing and Solar.
Second? It's been moved by Commissioner Robertson and seconded by Commissioner Speaka to approve the business license for Yellow Ball Roofing and Solar. Any other comments from commissioners? Any comments from the public?
yeah, what, how do they from?
Billings.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
Approve Yellow Ball Roofing and Solar Business License. Commissioner Bueller,
Aye.
Commissioner Hewitt,
Aye.
Commissioner Rubes, are you there?
Yeah, but you can't hear me.
I can now.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Aye.
Commissioner Robertson,
Aye.
Commissioner Speaka,
Aye.
Commissioner Terry.
Aye.
Thank you.
Citizens' requests. Commissioners' minutes. Ron, I'm gonna start with you. Do you have a commissioner's minute? Hope you're feeling better.
Thank you.
Commissioner Bueller, do you have a minute?
No minutes.
Commissioner Speaka, do you have a minute?
Only that these mics are working so well. That made a
Yes,
huge
they-
difference.
I don't know what you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Worthwhile.
Framed it up and made you talk closer.
Commissioner Hewitt, do you have a minute?
Nope, I'm not in.
2 minutes, Commissioner Robertson?
Only to offer an apology for being late. I'm sorry, I try not to miss these meetings, but today was an unavoidable issue, and
It's okay, we were down to the,
you got stuff done fast.
Yeah.
That's the timing here. And to make sure that there was a discussion of the snow removal committee being
We
delayed,
didn't.
pushed off.
we did not, so.
So
if
that
you-
meeting will not be on Thursday of this week. Mr. Rubes, are you okay? And so that meeting is going to be delayed. Have you picked a new time date?
I am still polling the group, but it
Okay,
is tentatively planned for the 16th.
so just not even a week delay.
Yep.
We're not gonna kick it way out. But
And we'll make sure that the time works, but we're hoping for the 10 o'clock.
there were a couple of conflicting meetings that came up that the state had, that MBT had, that were gonna crowd this, and so we decided to put it off.
Yeah.
Make sure that we weren't shortening either meeting. So that's, and if any of you have anyone who would be willing to contribute thoughts at that meeting, it would be welcome.
Or get us names and contacts
Yeah,
ahead of time.
we'll reach
We'll
out.
reach out.
To do that. So the only other thing I would say is that, as part of being gone today, I was on with me as a passenger, several members of the Amish community. And I learned a lot about the Amish community. I had no idea how vibrant and how large it has become. And,
Yeah, if you just drive out to Crystal Lake, you'll see.
and back in the hills, I drove back in the hills and was impressed. I think he told me that there are more than 50 families that have moved to the area. So that's a huge influx, probably the biggest single influx that I've experienced in 20-some years I've been here, when you think about it. So, and almost all of them have or are part of new businesses that are out there. So I was quite impressed with that. That's it, thank you.
I will be gone the 21st, which is our next meeting. I will be in Mexico. I'm sorry.
You're not calling in?
New Mexico.
But so Lorraine will run that meeting. Anything else for the good of the order? We are adjourned.
One question I just thought of, how's everybody's Robert's Rules of Order?
I haven't logged in, but I've seen the emails.
See the
Yeah,
emails?
anybody else have
Okay,
downloaded,
perfect.
yeah.
And we didn't set you up because it's the same
I
thing.
was just gonna say, I didn't see any, but I saw one, but I think it came from the state.
I can set you up
So-
if you want.
I actually have to go back and review the state
I just have
one.
an email.
Oh, okay.
So I'll be very fresh on this as
Okay,
chairman,
perfect.
chairman of a state organization, so
Okay.
I have to run those meetings, so
Okay,
I'll be
perfect.
okay.